Our clubs are always looking for ways to keep the members that they have. We value our Sertomans and want to do whatever possible to keep them in our ranks. They've already demonstrated the love for service that has defined our organization for over 110 years, and we understand that losing them as a member is a loss not only for our club, but also for the community that we serve. In today's session, we'll share 10 concepts that can help support and boost your club's membership retention strategy. The first retention strategy focuses on knowing who you are as an organization. Forbes suggests that nonprofits conduct a full assessment of its culture. Do you have a high turnover rate in leadership? What about members and volunteers? Higher turnover rates often indicate that individuals initially want to be involved in your club, but may have become disillusioned with the actual experience, Forbes explains. Therefore, you want to make sure that the perception of what it means to be involved in your club matches the experience of what it actually means to be a member, volunteer, and leader. Forbes adds that inclusive, welcoming environments that provide a sense of value and belonging can have significant impacts when looking to reduce high turnover. Data often comes up when we talk about membership retention because it can help give you a picture of where you've been, where you are now, and where you could be going. In this case, I suggest you examine your demographics, membership history, and overall member engagement. With demographics, you can organize your members by the factual information that makes us distinctive, like career phase, geography, and age. Are there groups of people who are consistently leaving your membership? Perhaps you're not appealing enough to younger members in the club, or do not provide enough involvement opportunities to members living in a specific part of your club's geographic area. These can both be things that impact your overall membership retention. In terms of membership data, you should be looking at your renewal statistics. Do you lose more members during a specific time of year versus another? Did your club experience a steep renewal rate change at some point in the recent past? Do you lose members after a certain number of years, also known as duration of membership? Looking at these trigger points can help you understand what factors may have contributed to negative membership changes. Engagement data can also be helpful because it shows you how and where members are getting involved with your organization, including event attendance. Another important part of any retention strategy centers upon organizational values. The first thing your club will want to do is to define your values. Many clubs have already done this in part through their mission and vision statements. Some clubs will even have value statements. However you choose to manage this process, your club should be able to answer at least 3 questions. First, what does your organization believe in? I think of this as the principles that define your purpose for existing. Next, what does your organization stand for? And finally, what do your organization's mission and vision statements say? And more importantly, do they align with your club's values today? Once you have defined your club's values, it's time to share them. This means making them known to your current members, potential recruits, and the community your club serves. This can be a great way to build customer loyalty and keep members and other supporters committed to your club and its cause. Forbes suggests that organizations make their values easily identifiable, which can be done through communication and marketing pieces, including your club's website and social media channels. The values should be relatable to those you're trying to reach so as to help them feel connected to your club. Finally, the values need to be applicable to how your club actually functions. They should make sense for your mission activities, your fundraisers, and more. In addition to sharing your values with your membership, Forbes emphasizes the importance of the feel-good factor. They explained that in the business world, there are brands with which consumers want to be associated and those that bring a more negative experience. Therefore, it's important for organizations to make your customers, or in our case members, feel good about being aligned with your club. They should be proud to be members of Sertoma. When members are confident that their support will go toward a worthy cause, they are likely to enjoy that feel-good factor that incentivizes them and helps to ensure continued support in the future. Another part of the feel-good factor can be found in the creation of an environment where members feel valued. When members understand that their contributions matter, your club's retention rate is likely going to reflect it. Listen to their ideas and let them be part of setting your club's direction and priorities. Encourage in creativity and growth whenever possible, and celebrate the victories and achievements of your club's leaders, volunteers, and members. Another great retention concept is the idea of being difficult to replace. We do this when we look at our communities and identify needs that are not being met elsewhere. Are there segments of your local population that are being underserved? Is there a cause that no one else is helping to support? When we are able to create unique experiences that meet the needs of the people we are trying to attract and serve, we become something they would miss if they were to leave or if our club was to go away. And as anyone who's ever been involved in membership activities can tell you, it's easier to hang on to members when they know they're not going to find that same positive experience elsewhere in your community. That concept goes hand in hand with our next one, which is simply put as be interesting. How do others see your club? It should be the place to belong, to volunteer, and to socialize. Consider what your members think about your club. Do they enjoy being a member? Are they excited about the service and collaboration your clubs do? What is it that makes them love your club so much compared to other organizations? Answering these questions can help you market your club as the place to be. These last few strategies can typically pay off in the form of word-of-mouth marketing. We often think of this as a recruitment tactic, but it also has a place in your club's retention plan. Word-of-mouth marketing illustrates that your customers have confidence in what you're doing, so much so that they're willing to use it to help influence members who have left or are considering leaving your club. An increase of just 10% in customer satisfaction can lead to a 12% boost in customer trust, according to the Institute for Customer Service. Experts have found that word-of-mouth marketing can be especially impactful on social media. Your club can share positive reviews, feedback, and messages from pleased customers on Facebook and Twitter. Finding ways to share videos they've created on Instagram and TikTok is equally as impactful. Forbes explains that the more visible and acknowledged your loyal members feel, the more likely they will be to use their own in-person and online channels to share positive experiences with your club. Again, when they're excited, they want to get others excited too. Our ninth strategy deals with the inevitable and at times intimidating concept of change. With retention, it's possible to leverage change to your advantage. It's just a matter of following the old adage presented in the Kenny Rogers song, The Gambler. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. Let me explain. Change can be a great way to revitalize your membership base. It could be a small action like a website makeover or creating a new event. Even if it's just a minor cosmetic upgrade, this little change creates the opportunity for a new experience and the excitement that comes with it. However, there are times when a change might not go so well. The failure of New Coke is an often used example. Coca-Cola did a great job of hyping up New Coke in the 1980s, but when people actually tasted it, there was a huge backlash. In this case, even though the hype was successful, the result was not. Coke knew that it was time to walk away from their change and to discontinue New Coke. So, in summary, be open to change, but don't change just for the sake of it. Find the right balance of evolving with the times and holding on to traditions that your members love. Doing too much or doing it too quickly can have the opposite effect on membership retention that you want. Finally, and maybe even most importantly, listen to your members. Ask them about what matters to them. Find out what they have enjoyed in your club and what they'd like to see changed. Find out their needs and what is required to make their Sertoma experience a positive one. And as you ask these questions, listen to their answer. Really listen. Listen without judgment or feeling defensive. Be objective and open. And when they have a complaint, they're often not the only one. And even when they are, they're likely to share it with other people. Listening gives you the opportunity to respond in a way that is thoughtful rather than reactive. If you find that certain people in your leadership aren't as adept at handling complaints, identify a point person or small group of volunteers who are earmarked as the ones that members can trust with their issues. It's important to be empathetic, honest, and reasonable. Act in the best interest of the members when possible, provided that it's not to the utter detriment of your club. There may even be times when an apology is necessary to retain members. Qualaroo, a firm that works in customer insights, suggests that leaders apologize only when they're at fault. Instead, find a way for the organization to take responsibility for the situation. Look at the picture through the eyes of the customer, what outcomes they believe could rectify the situation. And that's going to do it for today's session. We hope you will take the time to consider what role each of these strategies can play in your club's membership activities. Perhaps one or two stands out, or maybe they all make sense for where you are right now. Either way, this training should just serve as the beginning of your retention discussion. We have additional resources and development videos on membership retention and other related topics in the Sertoma Member Center at sertoma.org. Just click the resources or training library page to access these materials on demand. You can also reach out to fellow members and your headquarters staff with questions and ideas when you join us in the Sertoma Member Corner on Facebook at the link on the screen.